GT bad. Mastery. Polar. Hey, DT. Mateo! Oh, I have a buddy Mateo, but he's not this rank. So whenever I see him, I'm like, wait a minute. Hit that a little out of the middle, but it works. All right, first touches, and that's an assist. I fixed my sleep schedule just to ruin it 2 days later. Mystery bro, I hate that when you're like, you stay up all night or whatever, or you get bad sleep, and you're gonna go to bed early, and then the next day, you just actually go up there. Ooh. Ooh. I was seeing how close I could get on that. I think he's gonna cut that kind of hard. Oh, he almost did, and then he saw my touch. Or rather, my chase. Well, hopefully, Mystery, you can fix it again soon, especially as school starts up. It's fine. Okay, we'll grab that, and then they'll never see it coming. Never mind. It's like they did see it coming. Go, teammate, go! No, not like that though. Got a busy day tomorrow? Psh, what are you talking about? It's Sunday. That's the Lord's Day. Day of rest. Did he die? I think he did. Go, teammate, open! Nope! Oh, wow. Okay, well, that was a really good fake, question mark? I don't think he faked it. I think he just leaned back to take a 50. Oh. That, I don't understand how he won that 50 so cleanly. I didn't hit it down at that angle, but I guess I lose that, so my bad. I guess he just owns me. Hello, gamer kid. Where the heck is the other guy? Oh, I couldn't see him on the rotation. I'm like, is he still behind me waiting for a demo? Oh, he went all the way back, okay. There is no other guy? Damn, that would've been crazy. I was playing 1v1 this whole time and I'm just hallucinating. My opponent's like, what's this guy doing? Dude, these guys are getting away with Moida over here. On target though. Honestly, I wouldn't have usually shot that on target, but I was like, I honestly wonder if I can get this off. And I'll see Texas versus OSU, one of the worst games I've ever seen through 3.5 quarters. I've been watching college football all day. Anything super interesting? Texas is a huge letdown. Arch has so much work to do. Granted, they're playing the #1 team in the nation, in my opinion, in Ohio State, but at the same time, he was looking rough. That was legitimately one of some of the worst throws I've seen a high-level quarterback make. He might have been nervous or whatever, but like, I don't know, man. Like at a certain point, you gotta you gotta stop underthrowing wide open receivers. It's funny because occasionally he'd make like an incredibly good over-the-shoulder, perfectly placed in between 2 DBs throw, and then other times it'd be like a very easy crossing route. He'd be like side arming it. People kept making jokes to like, it's like how Uncle Rico threw in Napoleon Dynamite. It's like, that's literally like what his throwing motion looks like at times. And I don't really disagree with that. Florida State's about to upset Alabama. There's absolutely no way Florida State's about to upset Alabama. What? That's pretty embarrassing. Isn't, I think I asked this the other day. Where did Carson Beck end up going? Miami. For some reason, I thought he was a Bama transfer. I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work. Nighthawk, thank you for the $4.99.
Hi, Attaco.
Hi, Nighthawk. What if you passed it? You know what? That was an attempt. I'll give you that. Ooh. Why does people always go off by 1 cent? Well, if you're on Android, I think it rounds up. If you're on Apple, it goes to 99. You can't donate a clean 5. Do you have drops on Twitch? I think I should. Do it to him. Do it to it, teammate. Nice, teammate. Dish it. Sorry. Oh, bad touch. Meant to get a bit more underneath that. Oh, phone call from Scam likely. Guy I went to high school with. Nice. Nice. Didn't mean to skim it like that, but that works. Not what I meant, but I take those. Exactly, my perfectionist personality is annoyed. I see. Georgia has to cook, it's Marshall. Don't get too excited. Go ahead and boop a little bit. 1622. Yeah, mister, we've been trying to solo queue and it hasn't worked. So we're just regaining today. We've been all the way up and down of the twos ladder. We've gotten a handful of games. I forgot, like, at this rank, I kind of just need to, like, be insane and fast. Because there's I would say 1 in every 4 games is with a teammate who I don't know if, like genuinely, I don't think they're actually conscious. Like, they can't touch the ball in a straight line. They're very clearly like a boosted player. So it's gotten really difficult to play in this rank. Because I'm like, if I'm not carrying, it's an auto loss. I don't mean that like, man, everyone's kind of bad. It's like there's just so many players who cannot drive in this rank. Everybody's ran into a dev and got a screenshot. Yeah, developers, maybe gamers. Gotta get back on that goal. Is anyone reading my chats? UGA's peak, says Sebastian. I love UGA. Yay. Sorry, I did not see yours in between everyone else's. Whoa! I love it when my left stick just does not input for a second. I think my finger slipped. Didn't feel like it did though. Oh? Man, absolutely furious that happened. Also, teammate was going upfield. Okay, that's why I was like, that's fine. I'll just cut this. If I get dunked, it's whatever. We'll have recovery. I don't know. So, dude, had the ball go back into our half and then drove upfield. I should have probably just assumed that and not taken that chow. It was not a good angle for me. It's not in. Nice flick. Come more. Nice. Good shot, teammate. I want to see the nice $5, not $4.99. You're just gonna have to suffer through it, buddy. That's insane that you have 100 boost. You missed that. Okay. We're fine. Nah. Two's play style, I'm speed. Three's play style, smart and strategy. One's play style, combo. I mean, you're not wrong. Twos is just about like 15% brains and 85% zoom, especially at like lower ranks. Like you don't actually have to really pay attention. Why? Like these people? Why would you think I was faking that? Is he just that smart? He just what? I was thinking that was a guaranteed for him to play that hard re up the wall, and then I just fake it. But no, he just knows. He just knows I'm faking. He didn't even hesitate. There was not a thought that went through his brain right there. That's crazy. Anyway, oof. Crackalacken, thank you for the membership. Welcome in. Enjoy your stay. Ah, that's a fort. God damn it, dude! Finger keeps slipping off my left stick, dude. I gotta wipe my hands off. Sextuple claps and anger.mp4, huh? That guy got a YouTube, by the way. Well, he should be better if he has a YouTube. This guy also says he's smurfing and he's normally on SL. Why is everyone so good? And I don't really know what's going on there. I don't know if this is some kind of sick joke by this guy. Oh boy. I want to see exactly what happened here. Rough turn. The immediate chow. What a dunk? Actually kind of insane how well he dunked that. Current rank, this is GC2. We're much lower than we normally are. Ah, that's so annoying. I don't even know if guy touched that. I think I touched that. Lost that touch early on. Kind of just decided to give up on it. Oh, wow. What evil person left me 1 cent off? Someone with a an Apple phone, I believe, which rounds up donations. Or doesn't round up. They it stays at 99 instead of having a whole dollar. I knew you were gonna whiff, but I wasn't sure about the bounce. Is that a game where I got criticized for not? Shadu, thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. Oof, what a weird bounce. Okay. Nice. Hello, Miley Sirius. Talking to you used to play RLCS? No. I'm a caster. Can someone who has money and is over 18 donate 20? Can you have to be over 18 to donate? It's like a weird policy. Pain. Okay. Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, teammate just left me. Interesting. People still play this game, says Chase Luddy, commenting, which then certifies that he will get more Rocket League stuff recommended to him by the YouTube algorithm. Gotta think, though. No, you don't, but thinking it have to be 18 is a permission thing? Oh, that makes sense. Do you work with Fear and the official RLCS casters? No. First of all, no one works with Fear because he is a streamer who casts alone. And no, I don't work with RLCS guys because RLCS people are in their own world. They have their own universe of talent. They really only cast with each other. I am a CRL caster, so we cast in the Rocket League channel during the fall and spring semesters for collegiate play. But we are, and I have my own little green tag in the game and whatnot. But no, we don't cast together. Why are you not looking tired today? This is odd. Well, Mystery, why are you always looking so ugly lately? Because that's something permanent. Whereas me looking tired is temporary. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why people are so upset. If I look tired, it's a bad thing. If I don't look tired, it's a bad thing. I think you guys just like me when I'm not what I appear. I want to talk about always look tired. Can you shout me out? No. You and Fear will work flawlessly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, me and Ben are buds, but like, I don't know if I can really say I've ever cast with him, or I don't know what I would cast for. I've casted events that he's hosted. I remember that was actually how I met him. He asked if I wanted to help him cover Fear Fest back in like 2020 or something like that. I expect that your prediction is important. There'll be a match in Paris tomorrow between John. I have no interest in that, dude. I have no interest in wrestling or in boxing. Any fighting sport, I have no interest in. I've never liked those sports, or, you know, some of them are sports. Also, Logan Paul made a whole career off rage baiting, and you guys keep watching it, and I don't know why. Can you do a sue after you score? I've already done that plenty of times in my YouTube career, buddy. Oh, good save. Hello? What? Hello? Hey, it's Vantage. The homie. Nice crash. Goal. Awesome. Oh, wait, I'm thinking of Beastie. I was like, wait, there's a player that plays at Lubbock Christian, and then I realized, no, that's Beastie, and this is Beast, playing Northern Arizona. Shadoo, thank you for that other $1. We have to update our donor goal. And we have to update the scoreboard because we had double commit. Sad! We'll update ourselves to 10. Pog. Slav, the type of guy that goes on Instagram and likes every single Cristiano Ronaldo post, and then the next day unlikes it just so he can like it a second time. Hardcore fanboy. Did we ever get an origin for that celebration, or did he just cook it up? Cook it up, because I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty iconic. I don't know if it'd be a popular celebration if he didn't himself come up with it. Oh, okay. Love the idea there. They're just gonna sit on this. Or not. When did that spawn? It's still not there? Okay. All right, I was looking for a bit much on that. I'll admit. That's a goal. Oh. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to take that advantage. I'm sorry, you kind of left it and you had 20 boosts, so I was like, it's like, is that handoff? I can't tell. Nice, Mezzy. Go, son. Yes, selling twos? Nah, right now, Trini. Trini, a better solution to do asking that is just don't, and then assume I never am. That's gonna be correct more often than not. Is 1,300 hours good for a C1? I think the way you meant to ask that is C1 good for someone with 1,300 hours? And my part 2 of that answer is who cares? No one should care about their hours. Literally nobody. I know it's like a help of like, oh, but it shows how fast I'm progressing or blah, blah, blah. But like, you're always gonna find some other dude who's like been C3 in 400 hours or whatever. And you're gonna be like, does that make me worse? I don't know, man. But if you're a higher rank, let's say like that, if someone is a C2, but they have twice your hours, does that make you better or worse than them? You know, like what? Like it doesn't matter. Just put in the work. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on hours. Hours are the meaningless statistic to focus on. Florida State's officially 1-0. They beat Alabama. Damn crazy. Twitter's about to go crazy about that. Alabama might be the closest. I think I said this the other day on stream. I think Alabama football might be the closest thing to like the Yankees in terms of universal, like programs that people universally hate on principle. Would you say that's accurate? It's like the Yankees Patriots level of like, you've been good for so long and now you're like. Yeah, I'd leave the game to advantage, not gonna lie. I hope Bandage comes in here so we can talk about that, because that was really funny. Oof. Yeah, Sani, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you talking about... I'm saying that you asking other people for validation on your rank and your hours is not important. Like, it doesn't matter how many hours you have. It doesn't matter what rank you are. As long as you feel like you're progressing at a good rate, then go for it. If you feel hard stuck, then yeah, maybe that's when you need to analyze stuff. But as long as you feel like, you know, day after day, week after week, you're slowly getting better, that's what you need to focus on. I peaked at C1, C2, but dropped, and when I started my last job, happens. Except the Yankees, they deserve the hate. Yeah, they're not ideal. I feel like the Astros, the ones who for me, I feel like the Yankees are hated because they're just like, their fan base is really annoying. But I feel like Houston is the one that actively was like cheaters and like therefore really do deserve like every ounce of hate. Same with Patriots. I mean, they got caught cheating a few times, or at least like stealing signs or whatever. Ooh, okay. But for Yankees, like I don't remember them having like a cheating scandal outright. It is funny though that they can just routinely put up hilarious bloopers. Oh, just realized he had 0. Oof. Teammate, you don't need a touch. Nice, teammate. Okay, cool. Hello, brother. Say French words. Bonjour. Would you eat 8 brownies for 500 million or 500... Sorry, hold on. I have no idea what you just typed out. Would you eat 8 brownies and get paid $500 million? Is that what that's stating? Or 500 million for 8 brownies or cheese? Someone call 911 and tell Salah had a stroke. Oh, good save. Yeah, but would you rather have 500 million or have one conversation and dinner with Jay-Z, M-Dog? We hate the Yankees because they could just buy the best team. Same reason the Dodgers. Well, the Dodgers are like otherworldly on that regard. Also, it is kind of funny that because they have Ohtani and that other prospect coming up, pretty much every top level Japanese recruit is like, I only want to go to the Dodgers. It's like, well, that's annoying. Also, M-Dog, I didn't send you the video, but do you see the video of the pitcher that learned how to throw his changeup by, like, his grip is based on the Vulcan greeting from Star Trek? Because he saw it on Instagram and he's like, I'm gonna make a pitch like that. Messed around with those. Honestly, it looks painful. His like fingers are like splayed out, like completely around the baseball. I'm like, I don't even understand how that does not destroy your tendon. All right, we didn't jump on that one because I figured he'd probably want to cut that. We're just gonna play the hard 50, grab some pads. We're gonna maybe get a demo. Yep. Catch. That works too. Oh, and barely a ceiling bounce. Perfect. All right, teammate's not getting out, so I'm a little worried about that. That's fine. We're gonna solo play that. Ooh, we got like a skip. Those are hard to time, and I didn't exactly mean to do that. I tried to scoop underneath it, but it worked. he just said it's beautiful in chat. Thank you, teammate. We're gonna queue on plat 1. This is plat 3, so. If I paid you $100, would you 1v1 me a couple matches in a game of 3s? Ooh, good fake. I would say if you pay me $100, I would 1v1 you 3 times. I'm not playing 3v3 with you though. And that's a big discount from where I normally am at. I think Cozy has a deal where if you pay $10, it's a 1v1 game or something. I don't remember if he holds that up still. Greetings from Earth. Hello, Claude. I'm just gonna pre-jump that. Oh, you just threw it away. What? Whoa, that was such a heavy touch by teammate. I thought we just gave it away immediately. All right, teammate, 30 seconds. Let's take good 50s. That's not an example. I'm just gonna give that up. Let's not steal a corner. Let's instead get this. Nice. That's gonna be actually a really weird bounce for him. Yes, teammate, dive on it, dive it up. Well, you had 100 boost, so. Uh-oh, that's kind of awkward. Give me the stat, don't forfeit. Yeah, yeah, wah. Anyway, it's funny, we need to pay channel points on YouTube. YouTube gets to play robot, shh, I'm talking shh. Well, actually, that's turned off, so you guys don't even get that on Twitch. But I'm champ, it's the 3rd highest rank excluding pros. That's a crazy way to cope about being champ. Champion is the 3rd highest rank. No, I refuse to describe that. Honestly, I think that'd be super funny way for like a Plat 1 to describe themselves. Guys, come on, it's the 9th highest rank in the, actually, hold on. It'd be it'd be SSL, well, it'd be SSL, GC3, GC2, GC1, Champ 3, Champ 2, Champ 1, Diamond 3, Diamond 2, Diamond 1. So yeah, Plat 2 would be the 12th highest rank in the game. I'm a top 1% of player, Champ 3. Exactly, but I'm not playing you in 3. I'm not playing in 3s, buddy, because if we play 3s together, we're gonna get brought into my lobbies and you will get decimated, I promise you. And I'm not really in the mood to throw away MMR. It's the reason I don't play with anybody I don't know. Hi, Average. I always get bad teammates, cope. Bad teammates will lose you games, but if it's the only reason you're this rank, then I promise you it's not the only reason. Ooh, didn't even hear him. All right, trusted a week clear. You forgot to say I've been busy for a few months. I opened a store and bought 4% shares of Walmart for my dad, so on fire. Wait, so you own stock in Walmart and separate from that, you have your own store? Congrats, I didn't know you could legally own a store considering you're a minor. Man, what is it with wall play lately? Side flip just so it wouldn't get dunked right back into the only guy who was up. Teammate, you're scaring me. I'm gonna leave that mid boost or that corner boost for you, I say, as he doesn't go for it. Well, I'll give him this. He's quick on it. Nice read, teammate. Little do they know. Little do they know what? What an ominous chat. They never see the side. Dang it! I was about to say like, they never see the sidewall pre-jump coming. Teammate. That's definitely a goal. Oh, never mind. Okay. Interesting. Soft touch into flick into. I'm gonna leave that for teammate. Oh, he didn't want it. Man, I should really stop leaving boost. Every time I try to leave the ball. Wow, that extra 1 pad that I leaned and grabbed. That's why you pad, chat. Because that goal isn't a goal unless I look at this last second. Just enough to get that one off. Excellent. Says on your right. Really need you to call that way earlier. I literally was mid flip when I saw that chat from my teammate. Whoa, what the? Oh, I landed on my side, not the back like I thought I did. Light tap, because it's in his path on fort. Got a Cybertruck. I'm saving for a Bugatti. Oh no, he's stupid. Oh, you can live in a car, but you can't race a house. There you go, teammate. Nice. Imagine 100K to spend on a vehicle and you buy a rolling dumpster. A sharp-edged, constantly breaking one. Remember, chat, you can't bring it through a car wash without turning on the car wash mode. Otherwise, the entire frickin' truck will get completely murked by the car wash. Also, remember, chat, you can't actually go off-road with it. Also, remember, chat, you also can't close certain compartments because it'll randomly break. Also, remember, chat, all the chassis come pre-rusted from the factory because they haven't been treated. But anyway, yeah, totally worth 40K or 100K. I got a Lambo and I'm saving for a Porsche GTR. Buddy, I'm sorry, what? They have a car wash mode? Yeah, I was watching a video the other day of someone reviewing his because he got a car for a review basically. And he's like, yeah, one thing I learned, because I was about to take it in for the car wash, because before we show off any car, we make sure to wash it so it looks the best that it can. But he's like, yeah, there was someone who completely wrecked their Cybertruck. Like it got a bunch of error messages because and then it wouldn't turn on, and it turned on because it turned out that not all of the Cybertruck is like watertight. So it occasionally, if you bring it to the car wash and don't turn on the car wash mode or whatever in settings, it can like completely cook the entire like inside of the car. Nice. Well, good job, Carl, for being able to get all that stuff together. Make sure to thank your dad. I don't know why I thought he was going a little wider. That was kind of a weird challenge by me. My bad. I thought I had slightly more time before that went away. It's not because usually expensive things aren't practical, at least look good. Well, that's why I find it funny, Nolan. I think if the Cybertruck like was hot white sex, like you looked at it and you're like, whoa, that's really cool. I wouldn't even critique it that much because I'm like, you know what? There's really nice cars that are known for being absolutely atrocious, like performance-wise, or not performance-wise, but like reliability and maintenance-wise. But you know, like whatever, it's fine. But when it comes to the Cybertruck, it's like, why is anyone buying this? You're buying it just because you want to be different. That's it. It's also really funny seeing the cope display. There's like so many videos online of people who bought a Cybertruck, and as they're reviewing it, they're like complaining over and over and over, like, God, I hate this feature, and they can't have them do this. I don't know why it's so glitchy with this, and it also came and kind of rusted on all my wheels, man. Also, the door won't close after about 2 weeks, and blah, blah. And then someone's like, what's your final verdict? He's like, honestly, 10 out of 10. Like, I definitely feel like I got my money's worth. And it's like, dude, you just spent like 30 minutes talking about how much you hate this car. At the end, you're like, you know what? Banger. Like, was his former car a Pinto? Like, what is his reference point for a car review? Oh boy. Yeah, I just think a lot of people who drive Tesla Cybertrucks are just very much like, they want to stand out. They want a car that grabs people's attention. I don't know. It's like a different form of compensation than the guys who drive like huge Dodge Ram pickup trucks that are like software guys, you know? Like guys who buy trucks just because they like having a large car. They've never hauled anything larger than a small table they got at a IKEA. But they're like, no, I need this massive truck. Flick, 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 flick. Oh, that works. Good pass. The Cybertruck is basically a mix of a fridge and a dumpster. What's the price of a used Lambo? Claude, that's why I'm saying, like, if I had $100,000, I would be buying a Supra. I'd be buying, like, maybe, like, a used Porsche or something. Like, I would be getting so many different things. Or, actually, you know what I would actually do? If I had $100,000 just sitting or given to me, I'd probably save a bunch and then just buy like a really nice BMW. Like, you know, like I just want a nice ass car. I don't need to spend $100,000 on a car. And if it does, that car better be the best thing I've ever driven. No problems. Or in the case of some Porsche, they're engineered a little weird. And then you're like, well, I bought it and I can afford it, so maintenance doesn't really matter. I was watching a woman do an oil change on a GT3 or something, and I was blown away by how complicated it was to do maintenance on that car. Very much like one of those over-engineered cars. Only hitting that because the guy was waiting for the shot, and I figured they'd probably overcompensate on the read. Not a BMW guy. I don't mind BMWs. Should I be like Gummer and just get my Audi? Yeah, smash cut to this guy talking to me, a broke-ass grad student a couple years ago, being like, hey, Taco, can we, I think Kendo and Nova, we were also in the call, and he was just like, can I get some advice on budgeting? We're like, sure. And he opens up a spreadsheet on Discord screen share, and he's making $90,000 a year. And he's like, yeah, I don't know how to budget this. His rent is like $1,500, and he has like Audi car parts. It was literally a meme of like, he's modding out his Audi, like spending $6,000 a month basically on his Audi car parts. And he's like, please, someone who's good at the economy, help budget this. My family's dying. It was literally that. And I'm like, buddy, like, you have to know the solution to this problem, right? I mean, his car is nice, but... yeah, I still think a GR86 is gonna be my salesman car once I start stacking bills. It's a car I've always liked. Someone in my... honestly, there's a lot of really nice... and funnily enough, I have not seen any Lamborghinis or Ferraris or any fancy cars. There's a lot of Porsches around me. There is someone who owns a Lamborghini SUV near me, because and weirdly enough, he lives near my apartment complex. So this man owns the Lamborghini SUV thing, but he lives in an apartment complex where the most expensive unit is like 2,100. So I'm like, that's a man that budgets. He just loves to drive. And he's like, I don't need a huge apartment. I'm just gonna, I don't know. It's giving divorced dad energy. Hey, it's my kitties. They're both on the cat tree chat. Let's go. Kitties. Kitties. My day one of therapy is done. Excellent. Oh, they're cuddling on the cat tree, chat. Look how nice that is. A beautiful thing. The level of win for cat owner. Yeah, we just moved this thing here. Oh. Takes literally years for these kind of wins. I mean, they're cats that were bonded because they're siblings, so they're always on the tree next to each other, but during stream, they're normally spaced out a bit more. How you doing, Kendo? They're so fluffy. They're medium hairs, but yeah, they shed like crazy. I literally have to brush them every day. Oh, didn't think you'd cut on that. Eh. I wanted to go for something more fancy. I wanted to catch on the reset and then realized I hit it too hard. Oh! Great read. Surely we don't get scored on here, right? Nice. Oof. It's okay, teammate. He's not reading that. Rush that. You don't need to be a boost teammate, you're fine. No demo, okay. Not sure why I shot that, but okay. Interesting. Bro, I love the therapist personality, but it's like, according to what you've told me, you should pick the curviest and shortest one. What? Is this a joke about you being in a brothel? I'm super lost on what you're talking about. One of them looks like my cat, Luna, the black one. Yeah, Luna is the name of my black cat. She's just staring me down right now. Hey, pizza. Wait, Claude, are we talking about you and your 3 girlfriends? Therapist might be spitting. Because if you're just dating them all for their looks, you might as well just choose the one you find most attractive, I guess. Oh! Not gonna lie, he saved that. I'm decent sick and don't want to sleep anymore. I feel that. Yeah, being sick, it's like sometimes you want to sleep, but you're like, this is also the weekend, and I don't want to just be unconscious the whole time. I'm between the Latina and Italian one now. Can't say I've ever dated someone who's an Italian, but as someone who comes from an Italian family. There's no winning in that one. Just kidding. I knew exactly where he was going to go for that, and I still just let him do it. If she's Italian, make sure she doesn't strong you because she's angry you're gonna die. I mean, that's kind of the Latina thing as well. Oh. I saw him not recover. My bad, teammate. I really didn't think that'd be a problem. My bad. Hold on, I need to see this again. Oh, not only did he land, but he saved all his boosts. That's why I was confused. It looked like he was just like, you know, when you get hit in the air and you got no boost, you kind of just have to wait to land. I did not realize the bro got bumped and then just kind of sat there and took it for a half second and then boosted all the way and recovered perfectly. And I got played on that one. Nah, I'm not going the wall. Just kidding. Oh, not gonna lie, he kind of tripped me up by just giving it away. I was not ready for that. Hit across? You might die. He didn't die, chat. It's fine, Monstar. Just don't get bumped. Nice. Not a good touch. Go, teammate. Yes, king. Good evening, Crip. What's up? Why are you not sure if your relationship, if you engage with the other them, would last a year? Also, why are you trying to... I don't know. Why are you trying to time it? I'm gonna do therapy for another week? Surely 2 weeks of therapy is enough to cure me. Ha-ha! Always save the little bit of boost, chat. So you can cyberbully. Boop. What's even more embarrassing is that Killer got the 100 boost and then didn't use any of it to fly above my demo. He was like, I'm just gonna stay here. It's the magic of remembering that when their ball cam is on, they're just staring straight at the sky. That's okay, I'm gonna pre-jump that. It's fine. You're gonna cut that kind of hard. Oh, yeah, you are, okay. Nice, teammate. We're just gonna bait him in on that first touch. Hit it over his head. Grab the 100 just in case. And good bumps, teammate, well done. Oh! Anyways, I'm gonna go tackle by. See ya, Cloud. Best of luck with your situation. Nearly 1,000 points, but not 1,000, which means washed. Water's so refreshing, chat. Love that. Love that hydration. I wanted it too bad. Every time I see that setup, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about the name Barely Eagle. How would you define a hawk? It's like Barely Eagle. You're still clothed. Gonna need YouTube super chats to step it up. Listen, YouTube is trying their best out here, all right? We're gonna fake this. Just kidding. YouTube doesn't, or YouTube, 2v2 players don't get faked. Fuck. Oh, nice control. Nice control! Call this one. Did. If you can't beat me over the top, just tell me. How you doing, Husk? Did you find any buyers for your Pokemon cards? Saw that tweet. This isn't a party? They're not. They're just actively mimicking each other's playstyle. Weird. Hopefully eBay hits you up, if nothing else. Definition of I know what I have type purchasing, you know? I remember I did go out with a woman for a bit that she got a VMAX full art Umbreon. And then she looked up the value and it was selling for like $1,500 on eBay at the time. And I was just like, God dang. She's like, yeah, I literally paid my rent off of just a freaking Pokemon card. I'm like, damn. It's like, Lord, I see what you've done for others. And you know what's even crazier? She said that was part of 2 packs she bought. Or rather was given. Her friend was like, hey, do you want to unwrap some stuff? And he was like, yeah, sure. And she unwrapped that and she was like, oh, damn. And tried to give it back. And the guy was like, nope, you unwrapped it, it's yours. I was like, damn. Doing just fine. No buyers yet. Higher value cards move slow. Yeah, I bet. I'm just gonna hit that with power. Nice. Good setup, teammate. Sometimes, chat, you don't really have the angle to get the double, and you don't want to slow the play down, so if the guy's going backwards, hit it hard, hit it top shelf, preferably behind where they're arcing, and go from there. Oh. Okay. Nice cut. No! Part 2? Red? Aw. Tried to take so much backflip out of that. or so much speed out of my approach on that. You know, I still fricked up. Just trying to get in the way so my teammate has an easier hit. I fewer. Sorry, teammate. That was a very good pass, and I just chickened out for no reason. All right, not the best clear, but if I know my teammate, he's going to get it. We're fine. We're heading into open space just because I want it out. I'm just going to go for the demo. Oh, I was like, if he drives inside, he's toast, so. How's your day so far? Sweezy, my day's been all right. We had a delicious lunch. And now just gaming on some Rock Leg. Two's teammates have actually been really solid so far. Okay, heavy touch, but we had the read. Nice, teammate. Wait. Yeah, I was like, I think he just got demoed. I have the boost! I should have not jumped at all. Tapping that light just because it's a weirder catch. Nice. Noise! Tough cars that anodized or pearlescent. This is pearlescent matte, the best paint in the game. Poisonally. Trying to avoid eBay because they charge an egregious eBay takes 10 to 13% of your sale. Gross. That's actually disgusting. That's so ugly. That's such an ugly amount of money. I'd understand if it was like 2 to 3% or something, but oof. Yeah, you should definitely just like Venmo it or whatever. Good demo. Problem is, goal is open. Oh, no, my teammate. Teammate had no more boost. I was like, about to sound like, you can probably wrap around that, right? Whoop! Thought our teammate had the 50 on that one, my bad. The cross map. Not a good setup, but really just because anytime a guy's on the wall and he's waiting for you and not pre-jumping, smack that ish as hard as possible and they will never be able to catch up to you unless they got like an insane amount of boost on the pre-jump or something. But other than that, if they are waiting for you, every single time you hit that hard, they will be beaten by it. Players trying to be too careful with that. Speaking of being too careful, teammate kind of screwed up there. Kai, thank you for the 2 pounds on that one. Appreciate you. How you doing? How you doing, Red? Also, that 2 pounds puts us over to our sub goal, or super chat goal.
Taco, how's your day so far?
Day's going great. Happy Saturday to everybody. Or Sunday if you're living super far into the Mideast. Nice. Oh! Update our goal real quick to 15. Boop. It's over 300. You have to send it to eBay for authentication, which delays your payout by about a week. Yeah, that's not going to work. Came in and see how hard as possible. I feel summoned. Whoa, Longhorn. All right, buddy. Speaking of Longhorn, you feeling okay after that game? Unfortunately, Archman still got they still got to put him back in the incubator. He's not fully fully prepped yet. Also, that hype is way too big. I remember when Arch got announced, people were like, we're expecting good things out of him. I don't remember all this talk about him being like a phenom, like the next up like player with a crazy legacy or whatever. I feel like all the dialogue about him was like, yeah, he'll probably be pretty good. Sorry, pass two. I saw Monster go to the corner and I didn't see him come back yet, so I was like, Oh. Oof, how about, let's flick that higher next time, holy. Too much pressure? I mean, you're playing the number one team, the authentic number one best team in the nation. They might have lost a lot of coaching in some players, but ultimately, Ohio State's still Ohio State. And they're playing at home. Like, that's going to be tough to overcome. Honestly, for me, I just feel like he's a little out of his head. One, because the pressure on him is insane, but two, he was missing a lot of throws. Like, it's one thing to have so many completions, you overthrow, it's college, whatever. But he was struggling on, like, a lot of crossing routes. He was, like, throwing it behind Wingo, like, constantly, and I'm just like, damn, that can't be happening. Other than that, though, if they fix those accuracy issues, honestly, it wasn't the worst. First pick was like, yeah, let's get that out of the way, you know? I gotta say, though, he really rescued that stat line. It's not the greatest stat line, but through 3 quarters, he had like 38 yards or something like that. When I tuned in like 1/3 of the way through or 5 minutes into the fourth. We could have won. I mean, it was close enough, like, for sure. Jeremiah Smith always was not having the best, great, like, first half. Can you play my training pack after this game? No, I do not play. Oh my God, I didn't even notice him saying faking. So sorry, did not see that. Looked off screen. Right as you sent. That was so awkward. My teammate called faking, and I didn't see it because I looked at chat the moment he sent that. So then he perfectly faked it, went right to me, and then I was not prepared. Cringe. Nice delay flick, buddy. Problem is you're landing. It's all right. Stream Streak Alive. Hey, Freedy, welcome. You almost got me in that one. Nice. See, I'm not gonna steal that shot. I'm not that type of guy. Smith had 43 yards. I mean, it wasn't like bad. It just, there was a couple of moments in the first half where I felt like he was just really not involved. He was like missing a lot of stuff. But ultimately, Longhorns look pretty decent. They're just definitely not. I would put them at like, I'd put him at like low top 10. Granted, we're gonna have to see how everyone else goes. Was Alabama ranked week 1? Probably, right? They just lost, so they're probably getting kicked out right after. But change his gloves to the one to stick him. Damn. They lose Milrow, and suddenly they're in the gutter. Just look up on eBay's site, and this is directly from the sale portal. 13.25 on the total amount of the sale up to 7.5K. That's a crazy convenience thing. Again, like if they capped it at 3%, I don't think anyone would care. You know? Like I don't think anyone would care on that. But the fact that it's 10%, like on a $500 sale, that's taking a solid chunk. Bam was was 8. Not a good first week for some of these ranked teams. Well, Bama lost and Boise lost. Did any other ranked teams lose outside the ones that played other ranked teams? Want to play Rumble? No. I do not play Rumble in general, but I also just don't play with anybody I don't know. Go Seahawks! What? Northwestern State Demons, they won their first CFB game at home since 2022 or something like that the other day. A lot of fun little things. Wait, did anyone else say the Villanova football winning touchdown? Did anyone else see that highlight? It is legit. I might have to show stream if you guys did not see that touchdown pass. Legitimately one of the most insane sports highlights I've ever seen in my life. K-State lost to Iowa State? Really? Interesting. All right, I'm gonna bring it up for you guys. I didn't know about it until some football outlets started retweeting it. Ooh. That's funny. I like the idea there, teammate. I put it right at him, oh my god. I'll give him a great pass and a sorry. He did really everything he needed on that one. 50. Oh, okay, that works too. Gaming. Clemson, oh, I think he said Clemson is LSU now. I'm like, wait, what? Did LSU buy Clemson? Can you guys imagine how funny that would be if like a university was like going broke and one of their rivals just like bought their university? Hey, everybody who's a Clemson fan, you're now LSU. Nope. Also, Chad, is it just me or is Clemson have one of the uglier stadium or LSU have one of the uglier stadiums? Every time I see them play, like the field looks like half painted on. It doesn't look good. It looks like a high school budget for the field getting like the chalk lines and all that. Well, not chalk lines, but you know what I mean, like the painted lines. I don't know if it's just like mid-season, they're not like doing enough groundskeeping or whatever, but something's up. Go Tigers. How about go to Ace Hardware? Nice save, holy. A little risky by me. I don't think he catches up to that. Oh, you were not ready for that. I'm so sorry. That was me being extra harebrained on that build-up for no reason. Also should not have done that. That was also me being harebrained. Please, chow. You're not real, dude. Ugh, God. Ugh, why did I do that? I tried to pass it out. I pre-jumped him even though because he had a lot of boost, so I assumed he was going to try to take a 50 or something, but he just literally lofted it for no reason. Not really sure what was going on there. The fact my teammate's facing that ball and he still gets beat on the near side is kind of wild. Anyway, rough sequence there. Didn't cut that enough. That's wide. Whoa. Do you play sideswipe? No. Okay, well, so we are not leaving teammate alone. We're just gonna not chow these. I'm just gonna fake chow and go from there. Hey, Miles. It's 3 a.m. in Saudi Arabia. Do I sleep? I have school. It starts at 7. Yes, you should sleep. You should not pull all-nighters. It is good to sleep, especially when you're younger. Bonk. How's days going? Day's going pretty sweet. Clemson LSU battle the Tigers. I didn't realize that tigers were actually much bigger than lions. People are always like, oh no, like a lion is a what? Oh, what was that? That guy didn't even try to 50 it. He literally just sat still. What happened here? That's insane. So I was playing their block on the open shot and the guy literally rammed into his other teammate and that made it go low and then resulted in it getting deflected underneath me. That's absurd, dude. If that was on purpose, I would have been like, oh, cool, but no. He didn't even low 50, he just bumped into his own teammate like a schmo. That's not a roll. All right, teammate, you stole my boost. You wanna go? I'll take that deflection. I think it's funny, I see as Mizzou Tigers, LSU Tigers, Auburn Tigers, Georgia Bulldogs, and State Bulldogs. Sometimes there's only so many animals, all right? I want someone to get weird with it. I'm talking UC Santa Cruz banana slugs. Ooh. It's funny that they go with like bulldogs instead of like Dobermans, you know, like a guard dog. Put a hand up, 100 booster. Do you do videos of opening crates? What? Does anyone do that anymore? Oh no. 1 hour past 2 weeks. I can tell, friend. That's a couple now straightforward aerials we've missed. That's a rough one. Oh well. They picked the pudgiest dog. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like if you're going for like the bulldog and all the logos are like... Oh wait, hold on. Let me show you that Villanova touchdown. I think I retweeted it. Hold on. I have to dig through real quick. Yeah, this is Villanova in Delaware that had this happen. So this is the play. This is fourth quarter, 3 minutes remaining. Villanova's technically down by 14, but they scored this.
With Daniel Smith taking it, they're throwing it, Steve. Daniel Smith will run. He's taken down. He flipped it up in the air. He threw it up into the air. It's caught. Wow.
What?
He got rid of it just in time.
He was going to get sacked.
Look at this.
Will run it, Steve. Daniel Smith will run. He's taken down.
That's a touchdown. He flipped it up in the air.
He threw it up
an
into the air. It's
play.
caught. Wow. It, Steve. Daniel Smith will run. He's
That's crazy. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, you know, YouTube can't see it. Hold on. I gotta move a little bit. Yeah, I don't think YouTube can see it completely. Let me move my capture card a little bit. So yeah, the quarterback is scrambling out on this. He gets tripped as he falls. He just threw it's out right there. Like he is not down. Just chucks it up. Backhand, literally backhand. He threw it like this. That was clean. I mean, yeah, if you're about to get sacked, you know you have 2 receivers, 3 receivers over here. Like you're like, hey, no, screw it. What a throw, dude. One of the replies in the video was like, if Mahomes did this, they would never stop playing this replay. And I was like, let's not even, we don't have to bring up Mahomes in a CFB highlighter, right? Anyway, I just want to show you guys that. That was the most psychotic touchdown pass. Anyone else made a lot of money in the FCU game? Hey, Steven, congrats. Did you put a bet? How much money do you guys think you could win on a sports betting app if you just had a miraculous winning streak before they would ban you from the app? Because I vaguely remember someone, one of my buddies, I think Big Fan, who used to run the RL Fantasy thing. He used to win enough bets that they literally stopped him, allowing him to bet anything over like $5. Ugh. Well, classic capture card fricked up my frame rate, chat. So you're gonna have to deal with a little PowerPointy looking gameplay for a sec.
Looking like Uncle Rico.
A little bit. Oh. Unfortunate bounce. Why a teammate with 100 boost gets off the backboard? I'm not 100% sure, but either way. Yeah, our frame rate is immediately getting tanked because my computer's hilarious. I show a desktop screen share and suddenly my game thinks that Rocket League is suffering. You won $7,000 once? That's insane. I couldn't even imagine if I won that much in a bet. Then again, there was that one guy who posted his prize picks history and he had $133,000 bet and 133 like 0.1% like won or dollars won. It's like, damn, he's almost completely break even. Hold on, chat, I have to try something in the back end to try to fix my frame rate. Oh, frame rate's still gummy. Oh my god, dude. Your past the super chat goal? Thank you for the reminder. I will do that next. $40 bet parlay. Oh, dang, that's a decent return then. 40 to 7K. Holy. We did have a Bella, a women's Rocket League player in the community. She did a parlay where she picked every NFL winner for the entire week, and I think she got it. I think she had won that parlay two different times. She got a fat little paycheck out of that, I remember. But she did it again like 2 weeks later. SEC is turned to a joke, easy money this year. That's funny. Not really sure why we didn't bump the only guy, but I respect Flog not wanting to full commit to that. I really need you to 50 that, though. That actually kind of helped on my recovery, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, you have 9-year-olds calling you Unk? That's actually really funny. Did not mean to hit it that light. That's really funny. Okay, well. Taquito's a good member name. Thank you, Guy. Glad you like it. I wanted like a way to say little taco, in a way. And taquito's not exactly that, but it's not that. Ooh. Dude, it's like you're just so horny to not demo the one guy in front. Like, I don't know how many times I've set up a situation in which there's a guy standing still on the goal line, and my teammate drives in front of him, as if that's superior to just demoing the only guy who can save it. And I'm trying to delay the touch, so I'm like, buddy, like, I'm giving you time to, like, literally cough, like, in your direction. Like, hey, you can go hit this guy, right? Oh, no. Trying to land on the outside there. Did you root for OSU or Texas? I mean, I'm not really either fan of them. I don't really have a collegiate team necessarily, because I went to 2 schools that were like D3 in athletics, so I didn't really have any like major sports alliances. I would say the closest I have as a fan to the closest thing I am is a fan to like a high level team is Syracuse, because I grew up in Western New York. I guess technically Buffalo has a large one, but they're not good. So they had a funny pick though against not Iowa State, who they're playing. Oof, the bamp. There's something about Fwog giving up that, I don't know. No, wait, my teammate didn't forfeit. I just abandoned. I thought that was a forfeit. Damn it. God damn it. Why did I abandon that? That was crazy. Please tell me forfeit in time. Dang it, dude. That's so stupid. We're down by 3 with like 1 second to go and my teammate didn't forfeit. Ugh. That's wild. Cringe. I always do that when I'm like, okay, this game is definitely over. I just go directly down because I'm like, clearly they're gonna forfeit, and then they just didn't. Oh god, that's so stupid, dude. Fix your frames now? They should be fixed now. Yeah, every once in a while, for some reason, when I turn on my desktop share, my game just like freaks out and then ruins my frame rate, and I'm like, what are we doing here? I just dropped my phone in my face. Skill issue, buddy. I use Stickum on my hands before any phone browsing. Kyle McCord looks like a flop. JM, I'm sorry to say, but I don't know if you know what ball is. You're telling me, bro, he's playing on Syracuse. He doesn't have an insane arsenal. I would say his tight end and running back are pretty decent, but other than that, I mean, Syracuse is definitely not like a ridiculous over-the-top player. But to say like McCord is a flop, I don't know, man. Just because he can't get it done at OSU doesn't mean he's not insane. He literally took down Miami in Cam Ward. Honestly, he kind of outplayed Cam Ward, low-key, throughout most of that game. He's in the NFL. He got drafted. I had no idea about that, to be honest. And I really should pay more attention to the NFL. Also, what do you mean flop? But because he didn't, you know, pull up with 4 touchdowns in preseason? I don't know. I don't believe in true floppage until preseason is over. Because after all, the last 2 teams to go 0-16 on the season, both went perfect in preseason. Lions and the Browns. Getting ripped all summer by a local analyst. I mean, that's going to be the problem. Ultimately, even though he played at Syracuse, he's going to be analyzed as if he is an Ohio State quarterback, so he's going to get a lot of criticism. That's a shame he can pull together then. Oh, Michael. Did he get re-signed by anyone, or is he just free agent now? It's got to be crazy to be like that high-level player where you're getting tryouts and spots on teams in the NFL. Like, imagine graduating college, barely going to class and paying attention, and you're getting your degree, and then assuming you're going to get drafted, and then you end up not getting or a contract, and then you just have to sit there with the rest of your life like, what do I do now? You know? How you playing that? This is a workshop map, Kai. You got to be on PC. Many such cases. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like my whole life leading up to college was literally just prepped for high level soccer and playing at like, you know, a pretty high level place. Granted, I was listening to my girlfriend instead of actually choosing out higher level schools. So I turned down pretty much every mild D1 or D2 offer for soccer and ended up going to a D3 school. And in my mind, I was like, maybe I'll transfer in the future or something. And then immediately injured myself. And I'm not gonna lie, I remember when I told the coach that and I wasn't playing anymore. I remember just realizing I was never really gonna play at that same level again. And I remember going back to my dorm that was completely empty except for me because no one had moved in yet because athletes get there early. And I just stared at the wall for literally like 12, 15 minutes. And I remember it was 12, 15 minutes because I got back at 2:48 from a workout or the meeting with the coach. And then I just sat on my bed, and at 3 o'clock, I had an alarm go off for eating some lunch. And then I just kind of snapped out of it and went to eat food. But I don't remember doing anything else than just staring at the wall. Because it's weird to think about, like, your whole life plan was leading to X. And then suddenly, nope, just kidding. You're not doing that anymore. It's a weird. Anyone who's played like a high level sport, I think, can understand what that must feel like. Which is why when everyone's like, why is Brett Favre and Tom Brady keep going back? I'm like, I totally get that. If I was still that good when I was that old, that I could play at the highest level in the entire world at that sport, hell yeah, you'd think I'd still be playing. Why is Ronaldo and Messi still playing in their mid to late 30s? Dude, what do you think? Yeah, that happened to me when I tore my UCL my senior year. Like, I guess that's it then. Yep. Spooky. We got, he said 5 times now. I'm not even seeing that. Have a good night. See you, Sweezy. If you were trying to say good night. Sorry, I didn't see that. K user? Huh? Hi, Streeter. How the grind's going? Marco Labs, I've been. It's going all right. We accidentally abandoned last game because we were getting smacked near the end, and I forfeit, and my teammate for some reason did not forfeit after... It was like 3-0 with like 4 seconds to go, or 3 down, so I'm not really sure why he was not forfeiting. He just wanted to play that game out, I guess. But I accidentally abandoned because my muscle memory just kicked in for leaving game. Start, bottom of the list. X, left X, and that was me abandoning. And I did it so quick that my brain didn't even register it. That's funny. I was like, how did I just stop? That was like a cartoon right there. Remember me from earlier? No. At least you play professionally with this. That's not the same, dude. Honestly, dude, I can't wait to go back to a men's league. Hey, Clips. Angel. Cool job that is adjacent. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's very much like, I was always into really competitive games, and I think that's literally just like the drive you have as an athlete to compete that just gets translated into a video game. Like, it's very hard for me to play a relaxing game. I need a game that like is a challenge or actively has like a skill expression aspect to it. But I know what you mean, Longhorn, yeah. But yeah, being involved with esports is definitely a fun time. Enjoyed being a caster. You read me under hitting it? That's crazy. These guys might be the best of all time. I'm not gonna lie. These guys jump for a ball. I beat them to it, and then without missing a beat, he recovers to then double it off the sidewall. Like, those aren't even the same reads. Oh, sorry, teammate. Nice. I hit it slightly to his right just because you don't want to throw it across the goal. That's what they're waiting for. Chris Bank, Cameron played 1 snap in the NFL, now he runs Madden streaming. Well, that's the thing though, is like, I think, honestly, that is a beef I do have with a lot of people in chat. How they're just like, Kurt Benkert does 1 snap. It's so pathetic. He thinks he can talk on football. I'm like, like this man was on multiple NFL rosters. I don't care if he's the backup quarterback. You're telling me you know more than football than a quarterback who's playing in the NFL? Like, even if you're a backup, the amount of like game knowledge and ability to analyze the game as a quarterback is so ridiculous. I like how people actively ask, like he has nothing to be able to brag about. Like, imagine making it to the highest level of a sport and people are like, yeah, but you're not that good. Excuse me. The fourth string quarterbacks in the NFL are better than the best quarterback you've ever personally seen in your life. Like, I think people forget about that. Like, I think about that all the time out in New York State. There was players in soccer that I played against that were some of the best players I've ever witnessed, like legitimately ever played against. And I remember looking them up a couple years ago. They never they never went anywhere. Even the players that were like getting pro looks, they did not make the league or whatever for their sport. And I'm just like, damn, kind of wild to think about that these guys were like insane and yet they weren't even making that cut. So the fact that this guy made multiple NFL rosters, we're acting like, oh no, he's not that impressive. That's not interesting. That's not good. Okay, co-parter then. Oh. I will say he is a little shilly. Like, I would like him. I feel like he understands that he wants to be like a face of Madden and CFB for EA. But at the same time, it is a little weird how other streamers, I feel like, will, like Bordeaux, he'll talk about CFB and comment it, but also he will like take time to say like, I don't like this feature or not a fan of blah, blah, blah. Whereas Kurt will go out of his way to try to like make sure that no, this game is flawless in all ways. And it's like, it's okay to admit that this game has glitches. Like, it's okay to understand, like, that, yeah, that left guard just completely got turnstyled by the DT with literally no block at all. And it wasn't even a missed blocking assignment. It was literally just the game not registering that he needed to be blocked. Then again, chat, look back at that OSU Texas game and their left tackle completely missed the blitzer on the outside and just kind of let him walk right through and sack Arch. So I guess that does happen in real life. No, but I like Kurt. He's fun to watch. I'm a huge fan of it's like this. It's a similar interest I have of like when Romo was a color coordinator for the NFL. What I really liked about him is that he's so good at reading defenses because was a high level quarterback that he can like call the play before it's even happening. Or he's like, oh, actually the defense is setting up a lift. We should probably, the smart play would be audibling to blah, blah, blah. And then they do that and then get a touchdown. And I'm like, that's so cool that he can just read that from the booth, like immediately, like no hesitation. He knows exactly the counter to whatever he's seeing. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's like a high level amount of analysis you got to pull out. Nice. If you look at sack clips, they all look like bad a little bit. In a lot of cases, backups are barely not as good as the starter. Almost every case. There's definitely a lot of places where like obviously the starter is like absurdly good, but I mean, yeah. I mean, in another world, if Bledsoe doesn't get injured against the Jets so many years back, we never have Tom Brady. I think he still would have been good enough to like emerge at some point, but like Drew Bledsoe was kind of like the guy for many years for many different teams. I think people forget about that. Was never like the best quarterback in the league, but he was definitely like a solid dude, I feel like. I think he played for the Bills for a while as well. He was just getting traded around. I thought that would fake him out. I don't know why I keep trying to fake these dudes. Differential skills typically vastly different between a starter and backup as a quarterback. Well, I mean, I think for the problem is that the quarterback is the most important position in the game, mainly because every other position can kind of brute force it. You know, like if you're a Calvin Johnson, I don't care if you're a brick mentally. You are too tall, too quick, and have too good of hands to not be insane. If you're Gronkowski, you're gonna be the GOAT. You know, like that's gonna be very hard for you to fail. But if you're a really athletically talented quarterback with no ability to read a defense or choose the right audible or be able to, I don't know, handle the pressure of making a under pressure really clean throw into layered coverage or whatever, or layered throw into coverage, you're not gonna be good. Like you have to have everything to be good at a quarterback. I feel like it's very hard to have like some skills and kind of fail horribly at everything else. Your super chat gold? God, I could have sworn I changed it. There it is. Thank you, Kai. Oh, you know what? I did change it, but I didn't actually save it. Number one tip to get good at Rocket League? What's your rank? What? What? Chad, have you ever seen that before? Gold 2, you should be working on aerials and power shots. Hit the ball right after it bounces and learn how to just literally jump, lean back, and hold the boost. That's sick. I wanted the boost and the air dribble. Then I proceeded to knock it either. Ugh. All right, Demon and I are missing a lot of boosts, so let's just focus on actually getting boosts. I need to go save for tomorrow's drafts. GG. See you, Longhorn. Best luck on your draft. Nice, Demon. All yours. Walking the other team. Yep. My user's I get bad teammates. That's crazy, dude. That's a craze that you named your user that. I have 12 points, by the way. No! Ugh, God, my finger slipped a little bit off the side. Couldn't see Flog on the far side. Hello? Demon? You guys are surprising me. I don't expect him to lob it directly down the middle on a ball like that. I'm expecting to have a little bit more subtlety. That's good patience by Flog. That's insanity that you went for this! Dude, these guys are bold. By bold, I mean borderline unstable. Oof. What a touch. Just demo. I was gonna pass it, but then teammate moved past where I could pass it, and then I was gonna dish it, but I realized I didn't have really the momentum for that. Nice shot. Nice shot. Wow. Okay. Okay. He's picking it up. All right. Let's just play a little bit more cautious. Demon is like a little anxious. I can tell he's playing, I think, over, like, not bad. He's not playing poorly, but I can tell he's really cautious on all his movements. And the problem is it's resulting in some moments where, like, I expect him to be challenging something, and then he's just simply, like, not there. And I'm like, oh. So let's just make sure we're securing the back line. That's good enough. 50. All right, play the bounce. Do not flip into that. That's not exactly what I wanted, but that's okay. Good job, Demon. Nice carry. Oh my God, Flog, no! Sorry, I did not expect him to just throw it in the middle. I was like, that's gonna be a goal, so he's gonna try to catch that. Nope, he just pushed it in the middle. That would have been a goal if I just assumed he did that. And the worst part is, I figured he would have to go that direction, but I'm like, he's not gonna do that. That's kind of that's a bad move in my opinion. Damn. Legitimately insane that Flog has thumbs this game. Like I said, this is the rule of ranked chat. Anytime you play with a teammate who has no thumbs, the next game they will be on the other team and they will be the greatest alive. What? Teammate not only drove past the ball, but he didn't get the boost and he didn't get the chow. I don't know what you expect out of that one. He not only did he go to the corner, but he didn't go for the ball. He didn't go for the boost steal, and he also didn't go for the bump. He drove in between all three of those options, and then it hit a hard break in the corner, as if presumably he was realizing he missed all three of those options and tried to turn around. And I was just like, so I was gonna 50 that or go in the middle, but like I don't really know if I can do that anymore. Oof, oof, oof. Not a good one. Nice, just gotta tee it up real quick for the hook shot. Definitely did not have to go to the boost, but I was just making sure. Oh, I almost went underneath that one, first guy. Oh, he's huge. Hey, Pangolin. Dude, look at this guy just completely own these two. Calculated. Let's try to really make that one pre-flip work for me. Whoa, what the? No challenge on that one from Peaks. Interesting. What are my cam settings? Oh, there you go. Ooh, try to get the lightest touch could say by them. Whoa! Didn't realize he would get beat over the top. On fort. What's teammate doing here? I don't like that. Do not turn inside as the ball is going past your back shoulder. That's like a one-way ticket to never getting a good angle on it. He should have just turned around and given up, which is I thought what he was doing, but my bad. Should have prepared for that eventuality. Move forward. That works. King Pro, you have a decent amount of boost. You should definitely hit that aerial. Nice. Yeah, I was maybe a little cocky on that one. Kicking Pro, nice. It's fine. Just kidding. And all right. Well, let's slow down a little bit because I think I'm playing a little too fast for my teammate here. I hate that he turned for that. Are you still at SSL? Not in. We've never really been to his SSL this season, so now we're trying to get back up. We have our SSL rewards for the season, but no, we're not in SSL for threes anymore. We started running into freaking like squishy Justin and Life in a full party, which is literally like the most smurfed lobby I've ever seen in my life. It was crazy because it was giving us players that I've never seen in 2000 MMR against like Yan, Squishy, Justin, Life, and like all these like ridiculous high level pros. And I'm like, why is this a fair lobby? Personally, if I didn't have boost and my other teammate got bumped with no boost, I wouldn't drive upfield, but I'm not kicking pro. Hey, Dan. I see the Canadian name change kicking in. Yeah. I saw one of those matches. Yeah, you probably was. There's not a lot of threes players, but it's a little rough. Hey, looks Lawler. All right, I think teammates just trolling at this point. Hi, blue dude. Okay. YouTube shorts go crazy. Thank you. Appreciate kind words. Just trying to make sure they don't score just so we don't have to keep playing this game. Oh, he wasn't even trying to 50 that. Okay. Lock in. Nah, dude, we're losing this. I'm sorry. There's only so many times I can see a teammate whiff the ball before it's just generally accepted that the game is going to be a loss. I don't know why he's wasting my time by making us play this game out. Per example, insane touch. All right. And that's going to end it for twos for today. My rule of thumb is I play twos until I get a teammate I actively cannot fathom playing with. And that's going to be it. Wasn't playing insane that game either, but I wasn't the one whiffing, so. Isn't it weird that people like random... Hold on. Isn't it weird that people like random people reading what they say and watching them play or do whatever? Are you saying it's weird, the concept of a chat and streaming? I don't think it's weird. I think the whole appeal of streaming is that the interactivity of it. What are your tips on getting good at speed flips? If I just land weird every time? Well, you need to use air roll to land. You don't just perfectly land your speed flips. You gotta adjust. Because if you cancel, and then you'll doing that, you know? Like, it's because you're not using the correct air roll to actually time your landing. It's not your teammate. Blue Dude, I'm sorry, but I have infinitely more hours than you. I've played at a higher rank than you, and I've also coached a higher rank than you. I'm not saying it's entirely his fault, but you can't miss half of all your aerials in GC 2 and 3 and expect to win those games. Like, we started really well, and then after a while, just kind of like whiff, 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 and it's just like, yeah, I have to either carry that game or I just, you know, play defensive the rest of the game. I'm not saying it's always the teammate's fault. I'm not saying it's 100% his fault, but in that particular game, that got away from it. In fact, overall today, we've had very good teammates. And any game we've lost outside of that was literally just me not locking in and not getting a good save, or we got a really bad 50 on something. I don't know if you stuttered. I mean, I was changing my mind on what I wanted to say. What's up, Tiger? Do you have any advice for Diamond 2? Learn how to keep the ball close to you on the wall. We got Vantage earlier today, and he abandoned, but that was also because we had a game in which we were just throwing the ball away in front of the net, so hopefully we can come back here. Get him a win. We're also playing with our boy Yagami. Used to coach him for University of South Florida. Nice. Got the Fennec today. Congrats, Acer. Acer? Might have find Nasser. I'm assuming it's like that. Acer? Is there a way I can join you? Nope. I'm gonna go taco. See ya, Kai. Catch you on the flippity flop, as the kids call it. Should I make an imaginary trick shot and a cringy name? An imaginary trick shot? I don't know how that works. Say Azer, you said? Is that my buddy? I think it is. Ooh, close one. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't expect him to miss that, and I went in a little too fast. That crossbar was not anticipated. I thought it was gonna go straight down, not out. I was like, oh. Better than me? I mean, statistically, I'm better than almost everyone who would come into my chat. Oof, we went for the in and out for it. The hyper triple wall, so basically you wall shot it. What do you mean wall shot it into the corner? You hit it from the wall onto the corner, and then hit it 3 times on the same side, then hit it on the top, and then get it in. I would like to see a task do that. No, I know there's a player, ex-pro player called Buddy. That's what I meant by my buddy. Sorry, buddy. I was not talking about you. I forgot that there's a chat buddy and then there's a RL buddy. I think it is, though. I don't know if it is, though, or if he just doesn't use his tag anymore, because he's a CRO World Championship winner. So he has a bright and shiny tag directly from Epic. Is it okay if you play with me? Nope, I do not play with anybody I do not know, chat. Cocky taco? I said I'd like to see a task do the shot. How is that me being cocky? What if Fruity popped in? As in, like, the EU X Pro? What do you mean? My mom said that to me, you're right. Huh? I'm so lost. It wasn't even cocky. I'm just saying, like, statistically, if you're GC or you've been SSL, you're better, or at least a higher rank statistically than 99.99% of all players who play the Rocket League. So it's kind of like it's not being cocky. It's literally just like, I'm not saying I'm infinitely better. I'm just saying rank wise, if you attribute that as like a proxy for skill, yeah, I am better quote unquote than most players who come into my chat. Since I'm assuming not every single one of my viewers is SSL. You guys are SSL in spirit. Emotionally, you guys are SSLs. Spiritually. Any Nintendo lobbies? I don't think Switch players can get into cross-platform lobbies with PC players. Ooh! The pre-jump goes crazy, chat. Never mind, chat. We're effed, yep. Man, why am I all frickin' alone? I understand the first challenge goes by, but why is my... We double committed. God. I did not see Vantage in the first one. I wasn't paying attention to that. We're getting worked. Trying to be creative with that pass. I heard someone behind me, but I wasn't sure how far away. Oh, God. Both of us were a little weird on that one. Vantage, played slow. Okay. Honestly, losing to Buddy is not a problem. He's very good. Losing to Chum is fun. When I don't think I've ever won with him is going to be painful, not going to lie. Okay. Nice pass. All right, cool. Why don't you play with anybody? I mean, I do occasionally play with people. I'm actually buddies with, I think, Yagami, and I don't think Vantage and I are on each other's team, but like I'm friends with a bunch of people. I don't know, sometimes it's just nice to solo queue. What do you do to be very good at Rocket League? You practice and refine. Okay. And that's game. Sad. Do you play controller on KBM? I play on the Wii nunchucks. I don't believe you. I mean, you don't have to believe me. It took a lot of time to get this good. Sometimes it's the only thing you have, you know? That could be something you're casting? Yeah, Dan, I'm glad you had a good time at that event. That looked really cool. Unfortunately, it got marred by controversy because the admins made the objectively correct decision, and I don't really care if anyone disagrees with me when I say that, but of course, all anyone's gonna remember is, yeah, Bosco Boy got screwed over for land spot. I'm like, no, he didn't. He literally just didn't read the rules and assumed everything would be fine. It's also insane that the crux of their argument was, yeah, but what if the federal government actually was efficient and fast and got me my passport in time? Buddy, if the entirety of your, like, yeah, but thing is relying on the US government to process paperwork fast, it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe you should have done that beforehand and read the rules. Also, imagine if you were like, yeah, I promise I'll be eligible. Don't worry, trust. And then they actually do trust you, and then you don't get it processed. It's a 4-team LAN, and then they just lost an entire team because you guys didn't have a sub. Like, you can't do that. I feel like people are forgetting that aspect of tournament administration. If you have a 4-team LAN and one of the teams literally has to forfeit, it kind of ruins your whole freaking schedule. So the choice is either between, yeah, a team that technically qualified and who didn't obey the rules and might not be able to play anyways, versus a team that, yeah, lost the qualifying team, but they're actually completely eligible and were, you know, not breaking the rules at the time of signing up. Ooh, I didn't expect Yog to pause there. Show on camera, buddy. I don't owe you anything. If you want to believe me, that's fine. slot. But yeah, I miss being at LANs. The only LAN I really do anymore is the esports or CCC championship, which I love, but it's in Texas, so you don't get to see a lot of different people because not a lot of people don't travel. I get to see all the college homies and players I cast all year, which is really fun, but unfortunately you don't really get to see other aspects of the community unless they're in the state. That was a really like challenge. Also, Vanish hit it down the line, which I did not expect. That's actually gonna work, never mind. Good 50 Magnus. Hello, Lil Femboy 2-time. How you doing? Ooh. Bonus of meeting Leth. Oh, Leth is chilling there. That's good. I do like seeing the Canadian YouTubers and personalities. Rocket League all pretty much go to everything there. Now here, I'm not really sure what you're referring to, but okay. Oof, not that I was going for. Buddy, please jump. Can't change it for 2 weeks now? Yeah. I saw them both pre-jump me, and I'm like, I don't know if they really have that, but did not expect both of them to get faked. Well, good about. Bruce Almighty, what's up? I'll read that in chat in a sec. Exactly the cut I wanted. Sure. I had to deal with the 6-year-old having a complete meltdown. We waited for the second semifinal to start. Yeah, apparently you guys had some tech issues. Sorry about your 6-year-old. 6-year-olds be doing 6-year-old things. I was no longer stream, but once Lethemir raided me. I was playing Rocket League with my son. I didn't know who he was. That's funny. I mean, it must have been a pretty substantial raid. That's funny that you didn't know, though. I like when streamers raid streamers that are still in the come up. So it's kind of weird when you have someone with a massive raid and they just pass off to another very large streamer. Just kind of like, I don't know, rich get richer type thing, you know? When I see you, I feel like I play bad. My name is Costa Bone, so it'd be that good if you found me in a match. Thanks. Okay. I will deliberately play worse if I get you in my game. I've decided to return. Cringe. Just kidding. Welcome back, guy. Because massively overstimulated and tired after 4-day of Fan Expo. I can imagine that. Honestly, I get that. Also, at expos, they're huge events with like a bunch of ground floor. So for me, it's always like, man, why am I so tired? And then I realize like I've been walking like 16 to 20,000 steps a day. And then you're like, oh, right. That's why I'm constantly dehydrated and tired. I can totally get how as a kid I'd be like super over it after a bit. Substantial rate, it was really before I got into college and pros. That's very cool. What is your dream? I don't know what that means. Like, in what context? I blessed them both female activity. I'm telling that to live out his Star Wars fantasies, though. The huge 501st presence here. Interesting. What do you want to accomplish? Just in life in general? I want to make money and be comfortable. That's it. I don't have any higher aspirations in life than that. I would like to cast a bit more high-level stuff in Rocket League, but we'll find out. I think this season's probably going to be when I check out, if not. If Epic gives us absolutely no... back in the day, Epic used to give casters like myself a carrot on a stick a little bit, where they're like, oh, here you go. Oh. And it was a little incentive to keep like up in your game and making sure you're staying sharp and whatever. And in the recent years, they kind of took that away nowadays. And it's kind of just like the RLCS people gets every gig in the world and they will never be replaced under any circumstance. And then everyone else is like, yeah, you just get whatever. And it's just like, you know? So it's like, I really hope Epic in the coming season, I know there are some people in the esports team that do want to shake things up a little bit. And I'm just here hoping that, not saying I want the RLCS people to be fired. I don't dislike any of them. But what I am saying is like, it would be nice if occasionally they had like a guest spot or they did alt streams and instead of just bringing back the casters, they literally already fired, like, you know, Isaac and Achieves and Subi and all that. They just bring in new people who are still active in the scene. Just feels a little like insulting when a caster has not casted in like a year and they get called up before the people who are casting and been active in the scene for like a year straight and slash like 4, 5, 6 years. I don't know, just always a little irritating when they would rather trust someone who literally has not been on the mic in a year than like someone who actively has been. And I feel like Valorant does that pretty well, where they give shots that are up-and-coming casters in a bunch of different ecosystems, and Rocket League kind of has forgotten how to do that. Or rather, has actively tried to avoid shaking the boat a little bit. Alexa, you want to grab that? Hello? Am I high? Oh, locks get bumped. Sounds a little biased. Bias what? Yeah, I'm not sure. This is the weirdest threes lobby I've been in part of. The casting rant, it was a joke? Oh. I mean, I am biased in saying that. It's just more so like a situation where it's like, yeah, I'm biased. Obviously, I think my friends and I have had a good shot. We have a good resume. Epic knows who we are. We literally we were at an Epic Mixer and talked to a member of the esports team, and he literally like personally thanked myself and a couple other casters that were talking with him because he was like, hey, we know who you guys are. Like, we appreciate what you guys do, because we were starting up a podcast for CRL, even when CRL went away for a semester. And he literally told us, like, thank you so much. It's great to see people this passionate, blah, 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 blah. And then we got CRL A-Stream later, so sick. But, yeah, it's just a little weird when the ecosystem's kind of drying up. RLCS hasn't made a change in, you know, a decade. And we have all these people who are ready to shoot shots, and instead of giving any of them a shot, we just hire back the people who we fired instead. It just feels a little, I don't know. It is biased. I am biased in saying I think we deserve a shot, but it's not even like I deserve a gig. I just want any indication that we're even in their mind, you know? That would be enough for me. Give me a carrot on a stick. Give me something to motivate me. Otherwise, I'm just kind of sitting around. So yeah, like I said, this is the final year of me probably taking it seriously. This job that I have right now, I really do like it. I'm making decent money. So, you know, if casting completely went away, it would not really change my current life right now. Ooh, it's a really good touch. I didn't expect you to put that much power on it, though. My bad. I rushed that read. Hold on, guys. I'll catch up on chat in a second. This is just a very yike game right now. No one? Ooh. Is it really based that people who have recent experience should get more opportunities that leave that field? Well, I mean, it's more so just like, it just feels weird to like, Epic back in the day for Fortnite used to say like, if you're gonna play a cast in FNCS, you have to dedicate your whole life to Fortnite. So they wanted people who are literally like casting only Fortnite. If you're a multi-esports caster, get the frick out of here. Like, we only want people who have casted only Fortnite. The thing is, it was logistically impossible to do that because there was like 6 events a year. So it's like, if you want to do only Fortnite, you're essentially just admitting you are not going to make a paycheck off of esports. But it's for the... What? What? Holy laser, dude. Anyway, what's your secret to fly without the ball? You lean back and boost. Huh? Ooh, nice touch. And when life is supposed to get better? Later. Really? Of course, it's gonna be a kickoff. God dang it, I should never go upfield. I should never go upfield. My life is sad and I have no more energy? Well, that's the crazy thing about life being sad, is that that's not a permanent state. Ooh. Why is my teammate 400 MMR below me? No wonder we're struggling. Damn, I forgot about how that works. Damn. All right, well, that's fun. GG. That was like a MG. It was a mid game. Not good, not bad. But definitely not good. But yeah, anyway, the Epic back in the day used to be like, oh, you have to be married to the game and blah, 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 blah for Fortnite. And so if you were a streamer, if you streamed Fortnite, if you tweeted about Fortnite constantly, if you casted Fortnite only and nothing else, there was a decent chance that FNCS would give you a shot at casting the high level. But in Rocket League, they kind of want the same thing, but the issue is that like, they don't abide by that in a way because some of these casters got cut. Like Achieves, Subi, Isaac. I don't remember the rest, to be honest. Might just be them. But anyway, Jorby technically for a little bit, but I think that was a contract negotiation thing, to be honest. And they got cut, and almost all of them immediately just went bye, and then completely disappeared. Like no tweets, no streaming, no content, no anything. They functionally did not exist. They did not lower the rates and work tier 2. They just went away for a full year. And then suddenly Epic needs a sub and they're like, do we take the very high level people who do everything else for us, or do we unretire the people who disappeared for a year? I don't know, it just feels super insulting to be trusted less than the person who has to brush off 12 months of rust. And for some of the times it's for the major stream, like that was an alt stream with not even a LAN aspect. I would understand if it was like, oh, they've never worked a gig before of this size, we're nervous. But like, if it's a remote gig, it's the exact same as any other broadcast. Hey, set your PC up, give us your cam feed, go. Hey, Alex. Want to play Rocket League but my parents are sleeping? I don't have any idea how that's related. Can't you just play the game? Is it in your bedroom? There's no more threes games, chat. Whoa. Is it not that late? It's 8 o'clock. I'm like, how are we already out of threes games? Especially since we're not even like at SSL anymore. We're like 18:30 or something. Hey, Mateo. GG's earlier. I'm in Egypt. I don't understand how, again, you're not answering my question. Why are your parents sleeping, preventing you from playing Rocket League? Is your, like, the only way to play it on a console in the main, like, living room or something where they can hear it? Like, I don't get it. Do you sleep in, like, the same room as your parents? Like, again, like, I'm super lost on how your parents are sleeping prevents you from playing a video game. Do they have a key around their neck that controls access to the router? Like, That's a goal. That's a bang, holy. Oh, it's Flash. Wow, it's been a while since I played Flash. I feel that game? No, you didn't. Tears is just like that. Not bad touch. Meant to get a little bit more of a touch on that. Oh, I was gonna tap that to my teammate, but he didn't see the vision. We're lobbing that high just to slow it down. Because it's catchable from the other team, but they have to do exactly that. So I'm like, yeah, we're technically giving it away, but not really that bad of a situation. Ooh. PlayStation button has a big sound. There's no way a boop is gonna wake up your parents, dude. Just smother it with a pillow. How to turn on your PCs, your PS5 secretly. So imagine smothering someone to death. PS2 boot up sequence. That was spooky when you weren't sure it was gonna fail or not. You missed? I literally tried to brake check that guy. Wait. Ooh, Vantage, you are in the far corner. I did not expect that, I'm not gonna lie. Granted, I knew that demo was a threat, but I was still like, sure, we'll recover, right? Vantage and me not on the same wavelength today. That's an own goal, all right, cool. Jet engine PS5, I guess. Yeah, the PS2 startup sequence is kind of like the THX thing when you're watching a home movie. Yeah, you're just like, oh my god, this is so loud. Like, why is this so much louder than the film itself? Is that even a company that exists anymore? I don't even know how many people understand that reference who are not born in the age of VHS or whatever. Always sad when you see that first goal sequence start with a guy flying right past the aerial. Yes, I'm old. Hello, Nolan. Oh, Nolan. Oh. No. It's that loud to show your peak volume limit? I disagree, dude. That was like way beyond anything else. Also, all movies are mixed so terribly now, it'd be like hilarious if THX was still in still operating like that. Because all movies nowadays are like the explosion will blow your eardrums out on your speaker set, but then a dialogue will come in and it'll be like, "Tell us what a bomb is!" And then the guy starts whispering. And he's like, you know, I'm like, what? And you turn up all the music and then an explosion happens and suddenly you're like, like all mixing in every movie nowadays, especially on streaming services, is awful. I'd rather have a flatter, less dynamic sound than have like perfectly studio mixed sound that's just being crunched into 2 channels. Bang! On your head! Calculator! The THX was for the range test. You guys are such squares. I don't care what it's for! Oh no, Vantage, don't get flicked. Ugh, that's such a good touch by Flash with the fact that we just rushed immediately into that open space and did not contemplate the reality of what was about to happen. Pinch? Oh. Almost. Yeah, we might have to invite someone, chat. These games are pretty painful. Get Shades in here, maybe. I don't know if he's playing by himself. Hey, let's go. I'm getting kind of hungry, chat. We'll see how much longer we got in the old bones for streaming. What is plat tips? Exclamation point plat tips. It literally is, it's right there. It's tips that I give to players who are trying to get out of plat. But it just had 5 seconds remaining. How are you still in the game? Okay. Howdy. TJ's still around. It's just not much. The latest project is go to audio tuning for Skull Candy and cheap laptops by Walmart's private brand. It also was created by George Lucas. Interesting. George Lucas is such an interesting thing because he's kind of very bad at certain aspects of showbiz and all that, but he's also very good at other parts. I think in terms of broad ideas, he's pretty good. But when it comes down to like writing for those, I think he'd be best suited with other people around him. Like, I think it's kind of crazy to me that he was in the middle of his generational run of Star Wars stuff, and I think he just started getting like writer's block during Empire Strikes Back, and so he just pivoted and made it Indiana Jones. Like, what a crazy like number of IPs that he's been able to generate. I guess technically Indiana Jones isn't exactly 100% authentic ideas. It's based off of like kind of pulp comics, but it's still really interesting that he just took a quick break from a ridiculously popular all-timer of a series and then just made indie. This game is chaos. I don't know what's going on here. There's also 4 a.m. and you're playing from Egypt, which means you're gonna have nobody to queue with. I think it's better just to go to bed. India is based off of Tomb Raider. I don't think Tomb Raider is that old of a series, to be honest. No, it's based off of old like adventure, swashbuckling hero type comic books. I don't know what Tappin. Oh wait, no, I know Tappin. This guy was making me have an ulcer like 3 weeks ago. He was like, this wouldn't work for Star Wars with Supergirl. Well, he just saw Harrison Ford and he's like, you would be a great for like this other idea I have. Indiana Jones is a shame though, because he has like the first one, really good. Oddly enough, like the setting and feature of the second, like Temple of Doom, is really fun. Problem is it was screwed over because Spielberg was dating the lead actress. So we have this hyper annoying character in. Like, I love Short Round, huge fan. Like, huge fan of Short Round. Huge fan of Kali Ma and all that, like a cult. Like, that's fun. But yeah, not really a fan of the love interest in that movie. It's just irredeemably annoying. Like, there's at no point is there like a reason why Indy and her should be together, you know? Like, they just have sexual tension and I'm supposed to be like, yeah, I want them to end up. Like, no, I don't. I don't want them to end up together. The whole movie I'm watching this, like, God, I hate this person. What the? My English is bad? Your English is not bad. You're communicating well. Like, English, at the end of the day, language is about communication, and you're communicating ideas, and I understand what you're communicating. Do not ever assume that your English is bad, especially if it's a second language. You're speaking very good. Well, very well, I suppose. Oh. Oh, these guys are full common, holy. Bang! That's a schnoip! Should I talk Egyptian? No. I'm gonna say no because there's no non-English in my chat because I can't read it and 99% of people can't, so I'd ask for you to not do that. Oh, sorry, Shades. I was trying to back past you. There was actually a movie. I don't know if it's ever been made into a movie, but there was a. If you guys remember Crack.com, they were like a comedy website in the early 2010s. But they had this like thing where they called dope IP, where it's basically intellectual property that you think would make a really good movie. And I think there's a short story. I think it's F. Scott Fitzgerald who wrote like A Diamond as Big as the Ritz. And it's basically a whole story about this family, or this family who invites one of their friends to go to like their vacation house that's in like the middle of nowhere. And it turns out it's on a mountain. The house is on a mountain, but the entire mountain is one diamond. It's like one big diamond. And they've been secretly mining it and controlling the entire like diamond trade because of that. And while the guy is there and he discovers, oh, this is why they're so rich, he's like, how do you keep this place a secret from everything, as well as like establishing your monopoly and whatever? And he's like, well, that's the thing. Any plane that flies by, we shoot it down. Anyone who trespasses gets arrested and thrown into basically a prison. And anybody who's supposed to leave, we don't allow to leave and kill them. And so the guy reveals that basically he will be killed unless he finds a way to escape and get the news out about this massive mountain-sized diamond. And I'm like, that would be such an insanely fun movie. Not Tappin missing the only open read he needs. Why is he leaning back? Just lean into the read. You don't have to even get the ball on the first hit. Just get the rebound. Why is he playing that so inside? Ugh. I get patience by that guy. Tapping, there's no way you saw me up for that and you still went. God, Tapping, uninstall, dude. Every game I've ever gotten with you, you find a way to chuck it out the window. You can physically see me jump for that. Oh, God. I hate it. Hate it, chat. All right, I think we're on the last game, chat. I'm getting hangry. I can feel my stomach rumbly. Also, I'm getting really tilted at the whatever that guy is. During the perfect time. I can't stand people who do that at GC3. Literally, they're all both up. I'm third man, so I pre-jump, and instead my teammate goes, rotate back, rotate back, rotate back. Jump. Oh no, I lost it because obviously I couldn't get enough momentum. It's like, why are you turning on that at all? I don't know, that's a button boils my blood. Because you know that guy is just delusional enough to be like, God, my teammate, why is he doubling on that? Meanwhile, he'll never watch that replay back and realize I had a very easy path to it. And then teammate, instead of just getting back and taking the free clear down the sideline, just double commits and completely biffs it, uses all his boost. I sub. Thank you, sir. I need to go. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the vibe is for people like that. I ate 2 pints of ice cream and my stomach is crying. I was just not doing that, personally. Last game must be a win, ideally. Oh. How many monitors do you have? 3. I have a ultra wide to my left, and then my gaming monitor, it's 240 hertz monitor on my, obviously, the center, and then the right one is a vertical monitor for my OBS and streaming stuff. My eyes are half open. Also, just go to bed, but it's like you're suffering for no reason. I'm the worst about chasing a win before I get off. I don't believe in that. That's the way you throw away your MMR. I'm fully fine with just ending the night on a loss. Especially because by the time you're playing later in the day, you're probably already tired and exhausted anyway. So the reason you're not winning is because you're not like locked in, you know? You have more monitors than I have FPS. That's incredibly sad. Hope not. Oh, we got the same guy, chat. All right, well, it's been a good stream, guys. We're just going to preemptively sign off because I do not believe in our ability to win this game. I sensed that we might be in trouble on that one, so I got out. Didn't steal that boost because I wanted to cut back as soon as possible. Kind of a risky pass there. Nice speed. Yeah, I literally do not think I've ever won with tap-ins. That's why I'm being so doomer about this. Bro is just the definition, like, of hyper-aggressive, impulsive player who is hard stuck at GC3 because he can't stop just rushing into everything. That's good double on Fort. I can't, I want sleep. It's almost like if you stopped watching and chatting, you could just close your eyes and sleep. I play better at night. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that when you're playing poorly and later in the night you're gonna get tired. I'm just saying, like, at a certain point, like, you're out of energy. You just like don't have dinner in your brain. Thanks, Extend swing and miss on that one, at least in the way that he was trying to go for it. Thanks with the first guy to whiff. There's one. Okay, cool. Oh! What's the password? If you gotta ask, you don't gotta know. I'm gonna play. No, this dude is literally delusional. I don't think he knows he's in chat. I think he's just talking to himself. Ooh. No promise I'm gonna play. Dude, I don't care if you play or not. I'm just saying you should probably go to bed. All right, tapping. Oh, friend, boost. That's insane. That guy literally trailed me and then just got all my pads. Okay. Oh man, I didn't see that touch the ceiling. Sad. Well, dude is also in Egypt, so he doesn't have like Labor Day. Important distinction to be made there. Please? That's insane. All right, good night, everybody. If you guys see Tappin, I would like to beat him up and then break his PC because I don't know what he's doing anymore. Anyway, good night, everybody.